Greetings, programs! So, I woke up this morning at like 4 a.m., looked at the clock, and went, "Oh, thank goodness it's the weekend. I get to go back to sleep." Oh no, it's Friday. And it is not very often that I wished so badly to not have to get up and go to work. How is everyone this evening? I know we're running late. I know that's a common thing for me. It's entirely my own fault. I have no excuses. So, on the upside, though, I have been doing some work on Chocobo. New Chocobo model. I've done some work throughout the week. So, crossing my fingers, we'll actually do some work on that tomorrow. Probably, potentially, even finish it up. Still a bunch of other stuff that I want to do on that, though. Or a bunch of other work that I still want to do, though. Also, let's see here. I had something else. I had something else and then my brain stopped. Yeah, brain just stopped. Ever have your brain stop? Happened to me. So last week on Delusion, we got our airship, and instead of going and doing exactly what we were supposed to be doing, we just flew around to every odd and end that existed in the land. Did a lot of cleaning up, a lot of finishing up stray story beats, what have you. And effectively got us ready to go finish the game. Now I did, because there is still some cleanup that we need to do, I did a little bit of work off-screen, some of which you actually saw last Saturday. And straightened a few things out, did some grinding that needed to be done, did some exploration and searching nooks and crannies that needed to be done. So, what all needed done? I looked through quests, for one. I checked a list of every quest in the game and made sure that we had either active or had completed every quest in the game. So this is literally all that is left, is these right here. So we took care of that. Are there any cabin pieces that we still need to get? No. With an asterisk. So we don't have to do any weird stray searching for those. We did miss a number of spells. A handful of them. 3, maybe 4 spells that I just did not find. And I've collected them since then. I do not remember exactly where they were. There was like one up here by this waterfall. I think it's like I legitimately just missed them. Like there was one up there by that waterfall. There was I want to say there was one up in, like, one of these houses. Again, legitimately just missed them. There was a ring or two that I missed. Because you can see, going from the Deadlands over, how you got in was going in this way. And there's a second exit up here, which I always just kind of wrote off as, oh yeah, this is just a second way in, whatever. But no, this little island right here is actually a place you can only explore coming from the Deadlands. So I had not looked here, and there was a spell here. Similarly, coming from the Clockwork Kingdom, there is a northern section here that you can only get to coming from the Clockwork Kingdom. And there was a spell here. I think there may have been a ring here too. Or maybe just like a ring and a delusion or something. But yeah, so there were a couple things. The actual going out and finding of them isn't really anything terribly interesting. It was just kind of, oh, there's a house with a chest I forgot to open. And that was mostly it. Like, I think I forgot to go to this house entirely. So, not a lot there. There were a few far more interesting things, though, that I did collect, and I probably would have held off on getting them had I not collected 2 of them before I realized that it was a slightly more important thing. You see, when we went down to the Underlands, we got a key, and that key lets us open Emberian vaults. Back in the Overland, there are 3 Emberian vaults, all with key items in them. And I opened them. I can probably show you where one is. I remember it was, I think it was right here. But they're all kind of sort of secret areas. Not like secret, but they're just hidden away a little bit. You actually got to look for them. And inside the Emberian Vault is a key item. All 3 key items are permanent stat buffs. So from those, it was... I think the Rasmussen Sphere was one. No, the Rasmussen Sphere is the thing that put the barrier up. It was the Temporal Pickaxe, the Canine of Commerce, and the Quickstep Socks. All were. So the Temporal Pickaxe does not actually give a stat boost, but it does let you get more ore. Pretty much anywhere that you find a piece of ore, there's usually ore kind of in a rock nearby. You can now also get the ore from that rock nearby. So kind of anytime you see 1 ore, you can actually get 2 ore. The Canine of Commerce is legitimately just a permanent boost to barter. And the Quickstep Socks are a permanent boost to agility. So I can show you quickly where at least one of those was. Yeah, it was right around here. Hey, how you doing? Okay, sure. Nope, other way. So, this is the elevator that we came down, kind of near the beginning of the game. Like, when we finished the little northern area and we actually got to the larger land here. We came down this elevator and then went this way, which took us to town. However, behind the elevator, there is a path that goes back. And this is the Emberian Vault, which you have to have the key that you got from the Underlands. And coming inside, there is a chest, and inside this chest was the socks. And then there's 2 more of these throughout the world. So, that was that. What else have we got? I found a number of delusions. Not even enough for another point. But I got a couple more, working my way up. I actually found a map that listed where all the delusions were. And I collected as many of them as possible. However, I think I'm missing one delusion. And without a very exhaustive search, I do not think I'm going to find it. So I think I'm just going to say, cool, whatever, I'm missing one delusion. Because I think one more would give me a thing, and which would be 24 total, and that just feels like a better number. It would be just a little delusional, yes. So another thing that I missed was... I don't think it was up here. I think it was down here. Maybe it was around here? If not around here, then it was down here. But I had been using for quite a time the Assassin's Cowl. And I was kind of waiting for, like, where's my armor head? Because we got the plate armor, which started as chainmail armor, and upgraded that, and that's like 40 armor, 20 events. That's our defense armor. Where's our defense helmet? And I found it. It was legitimately just in a chest I didn't open. Again, it was in, like, here or up here or something. I don't think it was up here. If it was here. But yeah, it's just right there. You just walk up and get it. It was a chainmail hat, I guess. And that could be upgraded to the closed helm. Which, like, isn't terribly important at this point in the game. But boy, I just missed that all this time. $20 from Platinum Venus. Thank you very much. This is Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Platinum Venus. So what else do we got? Anything else in key items that's interesting? Oh, this was another one, the Arcane Accumulator. This is another one behind the Emberian Vault. Permanently boosts spellcasting. So maybe the temporal... Yeah, I don't think the temporal pickaxe... No, I got the temporal pickaxe on stream. I got that last time. It was the socks, the canine, and the accumulator. Yeah, nothing else immediately jumping out at me. Got a couple extra spells. Trying to remember which ones. I know we got Summon Skeleton. I think we got Cypher Sphere. Maybe Summon Skeleton Guard? Maybe Ethereal Flechette? Maybe? I don't know. I got a couple spells that I didn't have before. Got a couple of rings, again, just in chests that I missed. Trying to remember which ones. I think the Summoner's Ring was one. Some of these we could just buy, and I just bought, because I hadn't bought it yet, and I had a ton of money. Oh, one was the... The Beloved Ring of Stamina, which is 45 stamina. Also, we got this one here, the Ring of Featherfoot, which means you do not take fall damage anymore. Those are the only two that come to mind. Yeah, nothing else comes to mind. Okay, so the last thing that I was wondering about was... we need another void crystal something or other to upgrade our bow. Because we got 2 of every other power-up item, but we didn't get a second one of them. And as it turns out, it comes... whoops. It comes from a quest. A quest that I had apparently just not talked to a guy. Despite having been right next to him. Oh, there was a delusion, by the way. There's a little island right down here. You gotta jump off town to get down there. There was a delusion down there. I remember that one. This little building right here. I don't know if I just came by at night or what, but I never went in this building, at least not the top of it. I think I went in the bottom because I got that chest. But there's a guy up here that I never talked to. And talking to him, he gives you a quest. Where he talks about actually fighting in the old war, which happened on this little island. He was in the God War machine when it was fighting. And he mentioned that he knew some people on there, and you then had the option of going there and collecting an amulet for him. Or something as a keepsake. So, once you get that, which we've already gotten because I've been there and I collected everything that was there, you can come back and talk to him and hand it to him. Oh, maybe was this the delusion I was missing? Yeah, so I just never talked to this guy, but this is the Void Ore. There we go. That also gave us a delusion, which actually gave us our point. Ooh, boy, that actually put me up some, so there are more than 24 delusions. What do I want to put this point in? I don't see a need to get 10 might. Because if I run across something that can only be opened with 10 might, I can go get wife buff for that. And those are going to be few and far between. So lockpick. I feel like I can already pick any lock. Like, maybe it would make it a little bit easier, but I've got enough tools that it's kind of whatever. Persona could be good, because that's charm. And, like, I can get pretty good charm right now, but it would be nice to have a little more of that. Like mana, spellcast I don't do. Lore is good for opening some doors. I'm yet to find something that I can't get in, though, that also doesn't have another option. Just gotta put my lore hat on. Like, on one hand, maybe I want to bump up wisdom, just to give me a little more of that comfort zone. Like, my lore is 80, but my charm is only 65. And I'm not even wearing anything crazy, just wearing my normal stuff. Like, put on my lore hat. I got a lore of 90. Also put on my charm hat and get my charm up to 75. Yeah, I'm feeling like I want charm. So, persona it is. Now that we have the Void Ore, we can make the Void Bow. And that is a significant damage increase. Ooh, look at that guy. Shiny. That is a significant damage increase on this thing. I have 9 Emberian ore. I could upgrade both of these to be Emberian. I don't really know what else I'd be using my Emberian ore for. Like, we're kind of going into endgame. And I've kind of, like, bought and upgraded everything you can buy and upgrade. And then we can also upgrade these. Okay, so do we want a clockwork sword? Ooh. Reconfigure the single blade into 2. Or shroom weave. I want to do one of them shroom weave and one of them clockwork. When gripped in one's hand, it is said that the makes casting spells quicker and less taxing on the mind. So you just, like, cast spells better. Clockwork dagger. So this one does work the same, where it's like it just turns into a ranged weapon. And this one's the same. I'm most curious about the clockwork sword. Turning one blade into 2 instead of just a sword that can also gun. And we can see what the void looks like, even though we can't get it. Which mechanically is kind of the most boring, but also, whatever. A shame, because the dagger looks best. Like, this is one of the most boring looking ones. But I'm far more interested in the one blade into 2. And then we will do shroom weave. And that is it. Oh my, that is not what I was expecting. Yeah, so it's just a normal sword, normally. I don't know if the graphics on this thing are just bugged or what. Ooh, fancy. Yeah, I think the graphics on this are bugged. Okay, well, we're doing pretty well for ourselves now. So that's most of our juice. Oh, I've got to give you a bit of a tour, though, of a couple things. Because there was also stuff that I still had to buy. So I did go buy stuff. I bought everything you could possibly buy. Which means I bought the last of the ship parts, and I've upgraded all of the houses. And I can show you how I did it. This would be easiest if I fly back. Okay, so it's endgame. There's stuff you need to buy for all the stuff at the end of the game. What do you do? Well, you go home. Actually, you come in here. This may be the same buff that you can get at home. But you change your cabin to be the sloop cabin. Because you go inside, and inside you can get this, which is the barter buff. That may be the same buff that I get in here. Yeah, okay, so we can just get the barter buff at home, too. Okay, so we gotta look at our equipment. Put on all of our barter equipment. Armor, armor defense, charm, lore, lockpick. I don't think any of these do... No, yeah, we want the Emberian helmet on. I don't think we have anything here for barter. Oh, nope, we want that one on. Okay, so, over here you want on the Emberian helmet and this mask. Then over here, you want the Swindler's Ring. And I believe we have a second one that just doesn't... that also works on barter, just not as much. The Ring of Bargain. Okay, and you can see our barter is now... Actually, I'm in the way. Our barter is now 140. Then, we get wife buff. Then we get trade buff. Might as well get all our buffs while we're here. Where is... last one is downstairs. No, we got that one. Last one is outside. I have not missed anything too major yet. Mostly just me showing off what I've cleaned up. So you can come in here and get barter buff, though we already had it. And then we are flying... Now we have a little bit of time before our buffs wear off. But right now, our barter is 165. This is what we're coming here for. And then you go to this shop. And then you go back to your ship so you can sleep for the night. So the guy will actually come out. And then you can sell your glorious treasure for 120 coins. Very good profit. And then you can buy it back for 32 coins. And then you can sell it to him again for 120 coins. This does not necessarily have to be done with the glorious treasure. That was just something that I happen to have easily on me. And then I'll buy it back so I still have it in my possession. Is this intentional design or is it an oversight? It is, as far as I know, intentional design. It's effectively taking advantage of the mechanics already in the game. I just put every piece of barter equipment that I have on, and I got every barter buff that I could. Having your charm as high as possible also helps. Everything that charm being high boosts your barter, because barter is based on charm. So you're effectively just boosting your barter stat as high as you can possibly do it. And the higher your barter stat is, the more money you can make when selling things, and the less money things cost when buying things. So we've just boosted our barter so high that the one number actually exceeds the other. So we're selling things to him for more than we can buy them from him. I think there'd be a logical limit. You would think, but this is very much an endgame only strat. Like, a lot of this is dependent on you having, like, the Emberian helmet, which gives a boost to barter. It's based on you having a very high persona stat, and very importantly, you have to have the ring, the Swindler's Ring, which we get very endgame. Like, I wouldn't call it an oversight if at worst they thought, hey, what happens if we boost barter up all the way? Oh wow, you can actually sell stuff to them for more than you buy it from. That's hilarious. And that's the end of it. Like, it's effectively an endgame only strat anyway, because it requires having a stat so high that is unattainably high at any other point in the game. Especially if you want to make a profit off of it. Okay, so I did go over to the Clockwork Kingdom and used my newfound money to get the Clockwork Boat. So we can show this bad boy off. Got a treadmill inside. Save point. Horribly uncomfortable bed. Over here to the steering wheel where you got this neat little, like, porthole to pilot out of. Gotta have some Clockwork Kingdom bullcrap with a door and a thing that goes outside the ship. I kind of don't like this one, if only because every time you come in here to go to the steering wheel, you trigger the save point. Or even if you back up a little bit, and hearing that constantly sets me off. So we're going back to Snail Boat. Snail Boat, best boat. Okay, and then also in the Clockwork Kingdom... I fully upgraded the house. Which was fairly easy to do. I had pretty much all the resources except for that one flower, and it really didn't take me long of running around a place that actually has that flower natively to get it. So I can show you around. So over here we have a staircase that goes outside the building because Clockwork Kingdom bullcrap. Which goes to a little room. And this is where our garden is. Oh yeah, I'll show you the corruption too. Then we have this staircase, which goes over here to the forge. We have a staircase going up. Nice bed. And then another staircase going way up to this building that's just kind of out here. And this is where we keep our book. Our 2 books. We have 2 books. Don't know why we have 2 books, but we have 2 books. And you can even go outside and get on a treadmill for some morning exercise while you look out at the expanse. Why do we have 2 books? Oh, that's just a native book, and then this is our real book. No, these are actually 2 different native books. Interesting. Nope, that's the garden. So there we are. That is our fully upgraded bullcrap. So what's left now? I want to show... I think it was over here. Was it over here? No. So there's a second passage right here that will lead back to the mainland. And you have to have a... You actually have to have a pass in order to get through this drawbridge, even leaving the Clockwork Kingdom. Thankfully I have a boat, so I didn't have to have it. And then that takes you to this little island where there is nothing here. This island is inaccessible by any means except from coming from the Clockwork Kingdom. And I didn't actually come here right away. And you come up here and there is a house. And inside the house, this is where the chest was, had a Delusion, I think, and like a spell or a ring or something that I didn't get otherwise. Also, it's got some meat. And if you recall, the Clockwork Kingdom is kind of dealing with some corruption crap, where everything has a bunch of meat over here. And that's the whole reason they dug this trench, was to prevent the corruption from getting across. And as it turns out, it is not contained, because there is some corruption right here. You know, dangerously close to the mainland. So, you know, world's doing all right. I'm inside the boat. I'm invisible, I can't see myself. Okay, so with... I may potentially be missing some delusions. Because I feel like if you got every delusion in the game, you'd probably top out. But I've done a reasonably good search of everything, even like looking at a guide that showed where all the delusions were. And without being very exhaustive, which I do not feel like is worth the time, I don't think I'm getting any more, so I'm just gonna leave that as it is. It's fine. So as far as I know, that's effectively everything left in the game to accomplish. Except for one thing. Which is... I don't think it's here. I wonder, it may not even be on map. What is this up here? Oh, that's where the, daughter was being held. Remember this little island? And these little skulls that you interact with, and it says nothing seems to happen. So after you pull this lever, you have 10 minutes to go around the entire world and hit 10 of these skulls. Now, I do not know where any of those are. Doing that will open this door. We have no idea what is inside. This guy is going to grab whatever is inside, and there's nothing we can do to stop him. But he has agreed to give us something valuable in return. I mean, I'd really like what's inside there. It's probably a cool sword or cool helmet or something. So that is the first thing we're doing, and then we're probably beating the game, I guess. So there is a map that I have handy on where all of these are. So I'm going to start by just figuring this out. So there is one over here. On this little island down here. Haha, I'm under your boat. I did not pull the lever to start. I'm just kind of looking around. Is there anything on this island? We're getting a feel for it first. A dry run, I suppose. So there's one here. It says it's inside the dude's hut, so that would be right here. Oh, it's just around the corner. There it is. The next one is in Hollow Town. I don't know if this is actually in an efficient order or not. Maybe it doesn't matter. Inside the merchant's hut? Ah, there it is. Don't mind me just anchoring down in the middle of town. There's one in... Oh, there's one at my house. So it's upstairs. Thought it was upstairs. No, it's not in the house itself. It's in the pervert's house. There it is. So the next one is in the Endless Realm, in the Duchess's home. Which I think this was the Duchess's home. There it is. The next one is also here. It's in... Lord Ridder's estate, which is right here. This is a nice house you got here, buddy. Reminds me of my house. My endless house. Yeah, so that one's upstairs there. So next one is in... Ugh! The next one is in... Pwill. In a house. Over here. Yeah, round about where I am. Is it down below? Ah, there it is. It's down below. There it is. Next one is in the academy. Which is up here. Now where up here is it? Where is that? Yeah, finding all of these skulls within a time limit will unlock a door. Is it up here? There it is. There it is. So by second floor, they mean third floor. And then the last one is in the Clockwork Kingdom. On the lowest level, There it is. Just sitting in the trash. Alright, so we know where they all are now. Now we just have to get to them all in 10 minutes. I don't feel like it should be that hard. They're all pretty easy to get to. Yeah, you do not have to get back to the vault. All you have to do is hit the 10. So we hit this lever, then we immediately jump down there and hit number 1. So let's go. One. I don't like how that's lined up. Two. Now they have us going clear across the map for this next one. Which I feel like we could organize this to be a little more efficient on time, but at the end of the day, what's it adding? Like 10 seconds? 15? Maybe 20? Three. Next up is Hollow Town. Where am I? Four. Okay, next up is the pervert's house. 5. Technically, that's our property now. Next up is the Duchess's. Really? Six. Okay, next up is the guy. And we know this is upstairs. 7. Okay, next is the little house up here. Eight. Next up is the Academy. Rude. Nine. And then the last one should be in the bottom of the Clockwork Kingdom. That is the wrong way. That is not how you get to the Clockwork Kingdom. Ten! Anybody time me? I'm curious how long that took. I should have looked at the time when I started. Three! Cool, it opens. $6.52, yeah! Man, this is a big old hollow rock. And there's a little monolith or something in it. Hey. Hold up. I don't think I need it. Where's my charm gear? I don't think I have a charm body. I don't think I have charm rings either. How high can I get my charm? I think for charm I've got that. Yeah, I really don't have a lot. Like, I've got my charm hat, which is plus 30 charm, but this adds plus 20 to charm, so it's really just... I can get plus 10 from that, and then this, which, like, kind of helps sometimes. Confound it all! What's the matter? The treasure is an IOU! The great treasure has been loaned to our brethren for the use of their hot springs. Well, we should go find those hot springs, because those sound really important. So he is still going to give us a prize. The Adventurer's Cabin. Yeah, maybe I'll find a gemstone in the dirt or something. And we got a Delusion, which is not enough to get a thing, but... Delusion. Okay, so... that was the asterisks that I mentioned before when I said we had all the ship parts. Because we get the ship cabin for this. The Adventurer's Cabin. You can park anywhere, really. Now, I don't know what this is going to look like, but it's really going to be rough to top my shell house. Yeah, the splendid cabin. That is a splendid cabin. Look at that. Got a book. Okay, we can read all our books. So, the nice thing about this particular cabin is that it has all of the buffs in it. Like there's our lore buff, lockpicking buff, Charm buff. I don't know if it has all of them, but it has all of them that were in the other cabins. So you kind of like use this one cabin and you can get the buffs from all of the other cabins. There's a save point. Though I do not see the trade buff anywhere. Well, one way or the other, we got 3 buffs out of it. And these are buffs that I don't think we usually get. Yeah, lore buff, lock buff, charm buff. We get the charm buff in other places, but a lockpick buff? I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere. Maybe I've seen a lore buff, but not recently. So if you want to do charm stuff, get you a charm buff. Yeah, it's still gonna be hard to top this, though. Defense buff. I mean, I suppose if you want to, you could... These buffs last long enough. You could park, swap between everything, get a billion buffs. Alright, for now, let's go home. Where is home? Home is this way. What buffs do the other ones give? There's the treadmill. So the treadmill is in the clockwork one. The trade buff is in the sloop cabin. Defense buff is in the sky snail. What's in the endless? Spellcast buff. And then in here we can get a trade buff. And then there's the outside buff. What buff is this? Regen buff. The other one is charm, which we already have. And then we can come up here and get wife buff. Heck yeah! All the buffs. I gotta go up here and sleep. Okay, so out of curiosity... Okay, let's put that helmet back on. I don't think those mattered. Swindler's ring. Our barter's 145. $65. So 165 barter is as high as we can go. Charm is also 95. And if we put on our charm hat, that's 105 charm. Okay, we are ready. Let's go. Wait, no, that's not where I'm going. Really didn't lower the anchor. I was nowhere near where I thought I was. Alright, I'm full of buffs. Just tell me where to go. The cutter is ready. Well, yeah, I'll join the Inquisition. God killing is what I've been doing. Why not? Oh, you got it. You say jump, I say how high. Yeah! Oh, you got it. Hey, at the very least, she's a god worshiper. She's doing what she can to empower a god so the god lends her its use. That's some primo god worshiping. If you don't believe, you die. I don't want to activate the angel. That's a god. We kill that. We kill gods. It's what we do. Ooh, that's a void dagger. You know, I could have made one of those. Didn't you just say that? You got it. Yeah, are we going revenge or are we going... Or are we going Space Marine? We've died before. Alright. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you were. Look, I don't like the idea that a god is bringing me back anyway. And really, I've only died once, and that's because of a glitch in reality. And once due to plot shenanigans. Find the angel. We be going. Okay, we're here. That's it, I guess. Okay, so we got that if we want to go back, so we can go back. Hold up, I gotta make sure my butt-kicking outfit's on. Oh boy, a captive eldritch horror. Anything more dangerous and I might start having fun. Okay, I don't know how much exploring or fighting we're getting into. Oh hey, we even got a little res point. How kind. Okay, so you probably don't work yet. You're just way back when we need to. This bow is going to be doing some work. I mean, if it one-shots everything, then it doesn't really matter. That is a dead guy. I did not kill those guys. Hold up. Who killed them? Oh, they just got to work. Okay. Oh, wow, really? Didn't one-shot it? What's it take to kill you? There we go. Dude just got shot and still isn't quite sure I'm here. Emberian ore! I have nothing left to upgrade. But I'll take it regardless. Okay, so I'm guessing we just kind of can't go through that vent yet. Or at the very least, I'm going to explore in the other direction before I try. Is that an ally? Oh, that's an ally. I just shot my friend. Oh, geez, where's this going? Hold up, this looks like something. I'm gonna go back up and talk to them. We could technically build another weapon. I don't know if you can buy a broadsword, but you can at least buy another regular sword. Okay, so that was progress. Look, I got 505 arrows. I don't know what 505 arrows is gonna kill. Or what it's gonna take to do that. $510 arrows. When are you gonna stop walking behind something weird? Nah, I rushed instead of lining up. Also, I should I should wait for him to stop moving or lead my shots. I said... Thank you. Dude just does not care. An enemy dropped iron ore? I'm not actually sure if he saw me or not. But he's dead, so whatever. moved. Delusion. And more Emberian ore. No sneak bonus on him. I don't know if it would have one-shotted him with sneak bonus, but it would have come close. Okay, so that's our thing. Where do you go? Oh, are you just the quick travel back to the start? Yeah, you're just this one. No butts. No, you don't. You stop that this instant. Duchess is moving. Oh, what happened to you? Oh, dude is... Dude is not doing. Butts. Why did I jump? Okay, well, we've at least killed everybody around Frost. Ah, he woke up, crap. Oh, lovely. So that's a locked door. Hey, can you get that big hand out of my way? I'm trying to aim my arrow here. I can't fire through an open door. Where's red guy? Hey, yo, stop moving. Really? Maybe he saw me at the last second or something. Okay, so that takes us back in the front door. Now that we've unlocked that. There was also this path? I guess that fan never got turned off. Okay, so we've got an elevator over here. He's looking right at me. Oh, nope, never mind. Man, dude is dumb as a rock. More Imperial ore. I wonder if that is the trap path. Gooey. Well, that may be in... Oh, wow, hi. Whoa! Yeah, long jump champ! Yeah, and that takes us out over here. Got it. Cool. Okay, so we have this, which goes down, maybe. And then this. Which I had guessed this was going to be forward. But maybe not. This is just the barracks. So it's the elevator is where we're going. Midway save point. Sure, why not? Midway save point. Yeah, so we are going down that elevator. Oh, we are going up. Kind of nice of them to not put an ambush at the top of an elevator. Circling them is kind of hard. I mean, at this point, I move so fast that circle strafing is just kind of difficult in general. Chainsaw sword? I want a chainsaw sword. What are you guys doing taking 2 hits? You're not supposed to take 2 hits. Maybe I was getting, like, headshots on him or something. Does this game even have headshots? Aw, you jerk. Blah! Okay, there's a seal up there, but no more people. I think Red Man Joe over there is the only one left. Do you walk all the way back here? A little higher. Yeah, the dead body of the big guy isn't here anymore. Otherwise, I would have liked to stop and look, see what his sword looked like. Okay, so we have a door there. This is actually not a door. That is magically sealed. And yet I can go in. So this feels like... Ooh, a delusion. That is the second of those that I've hit. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be required to. I start getting the thought of, like, what if you get a special ending or whatever if you hit all the switches? Oh, another delusion. Late game level ups. Man, those melee guys are just kind of dumb. Wait, I want to see your sword. I want to. Ah! Okay, so this is going backwards. Whee! Can't tell if it's a chainsaw or not. Like, it's clearly spiked. It looks like a chainsaw. Oh, hi. You have bad aim, my friend. Of course, then I don't even pull the bow back all the way. Dude's gonna have a chainsaw cannon. Oh, and then another elevator. Yeah, it's at minimum serrated. Is it a chainsaw? I'm not sure yet. Hey, buddy. angel spawn? Like we don't have enough problems. Four override terminals. That's probably what I've been hitting. I've gotten 2 already, and there's one right behind me.
Oh, no, man.
There we go. $10 from Drazvin. Thank you very much. It says, hello, Nuck. I hope life is treating you well. I've missed several of these streams, so I have no clue what's going on. But it looks neat. It does. Do I want to go into this room? Whoops. Well, I guess I'm in the room now. Ah, crap, I can't get in here. Okay, so we gotta kill the angel spawn before we can go through there. Okay, now how do I change? No, Z changes... No, Z changes item. What uses item? Yep, it looks like a thing we gotta kill. We are definitely killing gods. That is a newborn god right there in the middle of the room, and we are killing it. It's not just any god either. That's like a super god. Oh, hey, number 4. Cool. This is probably a backtrack path. Yeah, I remember this door now. Don't like that the music cut out. Well, we just killed an angel spawn, theoretically. Also, I have a delusion to spend. I should probably think about that. Do I just want to cap out might? I don't feel like I need stats anymore. I mean, I don't like that my wisdom is only a 6. I'm running low on magic. Here's my magic regen room. Dude is dumb as a rock. Well, at minimum, Angel Spawn is gone. Hopefully dead. Oh, this is the end. This is where we came in. Yeah. Like, remember last time we were here? How I said, like, oh, where does that... There was a second train terminal, and I was like, oh, where does that train terminal come from? So we're going up to the exact same chamber as before. Oh, I kind of want to put on my butt-kicking ring. Oh, you killed Orlaith! Orlaith! Dang it! Look, I don't like it. Okay? Well, I'm guessing Orlaith got some hits in. Okay, never mind. I don't know if I want to talk about anything. No, you're the one who killed him. You can't just kill somebody and then go, you're also to blame for this. You could have just not stabbed him. Do I want to stick it in and twist it, or do I just want to stab her? I'm curious. I want to see the word. I want to see what she has to say. Know nothing of her soul. You know, I've been talking to her soul. Yeah, and then you know who killed her? Actually, I forget. No, but imagine, if you will, what you are doing exactly here. Oh man, I should have put on my charm gear. Okay, cool. Oh, you got a lot of health. You also don't have any ranged attacks. That's a nice sword you got there. Where'd you get that sword? How do I kill you? Oh, hi. How you doing? I mean, think and feel only in Cypher. You know, I got a brain implant for that. I mean, it wasn't really a roll of the dice. I just shot her a lot. She did not bring a ranged weapon. She brought a sword to a gunfight. But then it's not just that. It's also like, of all the people that could have set out on this adventure, why is it that I'm the one who got here? I feel like the top one means that, like, I fought from the beginning to be in this position. And I don't think that's what I would say. There's a degree of arrogance to that, like I've earned being here. I'm the one that's really worthy of being in front of the angel. No, I'm just a guy who really hates gods. Admittedly, I don't know how good Vela would have been if I'd gotten close enough to let her swing at me. Their delusions have seeped into the fabric of the earth, waiting for one to reclaim them. I did it! I've reclaimed the delusions! My power comes from the delusions of others! so delusional. We're the most delusional person on this planet. So this is like the peak, do you follow a god question. Because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if what they did in the past was go, yeah, we did what a god... We tried to do the god thing as best as we possibly could. And that was the world rend. That was the price. Which is the whole reason we're anti-god. Like, the whole game has been, are you pro-god or anti-god? Because there are pros and cons to that whole thing. And then this is the ultimate, are you pro or anti-god question. And on one hand, I say, we are obviously anti-God. Put an end to it. Be done with it. But at the same time, I feel like we have explored over this whole world. And we've seen what gods can do, good and bad, in the small form. And how people can work together to overcome something instead of relying on a god, which would then also give them a negative effect they could not deal with. But we've also seen just how crappy this whole world is. Nobody is happy. Everything is garbage. And for as bad as that is that something that the people can overcome? Can they make a proper world out of that? And are they just going to keep doing the same bullcrap they've already done? Making it worse on themselves. The world is already on the teetering point. We've seen the flesh over in the Clockwork Kingdom breaking out of confinement. Everyone in the Endless Realm actually just wants to die. And then there's effectively a war going on in the Middle Lands, where our people are running around killing folks. Because of the god worshipping. Like, it's... the whole world is hot garbage. And it is quickly going downhill. So this is all at the risk of something as bad as... a world rend. Like, we are not responsible for every person's happiness. There is nothing we can do. We should make the attempts that we can. And this goes for our real life, too, really. You cannot make everyone happy. But do what you can to make somebody happy. To increase happiness how you can. But this whole world is sunk. And going downhill quick. The way I see it, even if we don't do this This world is not going to last long. So either the world is going to destroy itself, and some of that is not even the people's even the people's fault. It's just the nature of this crappy world. So the way I see it, on a scale this big, there's almost nothing to lose. Hey, how you doing? This thing's actually trying to communicate. Okay, yeah, Angel, understandably kind of upset at the Emberians. So it was an unsuccessful summoning. Yeah, this is not a literal angel. This is much closer to an eldritch horror. Like a major Lovecraftian bullcrap. I don't know if I would go all the way up to Azathoth, but, like, we're close. So it's merging with us one way or the other. It just can't do anything. The way I see it, this is the same thing that I have said every time we have been confronted with an issue beyond the scope of kill gods. And that has been... This isn't my responsibility. So I feel like in this case, I would almost say, what does the angel want? If not yours, then whose is it? It doesn't have to be anybody's. The world needs to stop lumping things on me that aren't my responsibility. Let the world take care of itself. And here I would say, what does the angel want to do? Does the angel genuinely not care about this place and just want to leave? Then it can leave. If it would be perfectly fine existing here and restructuring this world, then I see no reason to stop it. We just answer the questions again. No, these are new. No, then this is back to the other one. These are some real good Eldritch descriptions, though. I am digging everything this angel is bringing. Overall, though, like, this angel has been super chill. I mean, I wasn't expecting the discussion here, but I think I made my decision before we even came up here. The angel's excited for this too! No, wait, no. Hold up. Like, you ask it a question and you just get some eldritch image slideshow in your head.
The angel beckons. As you tumble into its mind, your consciousness twists, strains, and bursts, spilling into the universe. You see it now, for the first time. A tapestry of words, lines, and verses thread themselves through every corner of existence. With a few twists of your tongue, you could change it all. And you do. Your words reverberate through reality. A few utterances reverse the finality of death and the frigid linearity of mortal existence. With another sentence, you bestow upon each person the smallest droplet of your newfound power. All across the sky realms, everyone, from the noble to the downtrodden, feels a surge of understanding beyond that of any cipher wizard. The long dead, silent for centuries or more, find they need only open their eyes and breathe. Among them are your companions. Basalt, Orla, Frost, and the Duchess stand ashore, watching your ascendancy to something beyond godhood. And here, in the Oneric Isles, you seal yourself away in a womb of cipher. A city soon propagates around you, but you pay it no heed, intervening as little as possible. Paths stretch ahead, to places both sunlit and dark, and even your new vision cannot see which one humanity will choose. Jack Basalt retires from mercenary work, drifting through the sky realms in a rickety old boat. On occasion, he is seen in one port or another, beguiling children with swashbuckling stories that seem too outlandish to be true. Frost marries his lover Samel, and they raise their children with stories of skyfaring adventures on a quiet little island on the edge of the sky realms. The Duchess, her youth restored, begins a journey to find her daughter, which takes her to the Underlands. In a grove of newly blossoming trees, she sees that beaming smile at last. And the Emberian finally sets down her armor, allowing the burden of her ancestors to finally lift from her shoulders. Thanks to your help, the Apostatic Union is able to cling to power in Hallowshire, despite the chaotic transition into this new reality. As the region transforms into a surreal and shifting wonderland, the Union are able to temper its excesses, while ensuring a semblance of order and normality. Though you try to encourage a more egalitarian spread of power, the Union proves tenacious. And in neighbouring Pwyll, Clwyd, in time, comes to be the town's mayor, and guides his people through this new age of wonders. By calming the Entombed One's rage, you ensure that the Queen of Silver can lead her people into this era of possibility with a newfound hope. Sure enough, the inhabitants of the Endless Realm soon find their skin a little more smooth, their throats a little less raspy. Some even notice saplings sprouting among the dead trees. Relations with Hallowshire improve dramatically, For the common folk of the apostatic union seem to harbour less prejudice against those with blood in their cheeks.
Waiting for the shoe to drop.
In time, the newly titled Kingdom of Verdant and the neighbouring Union are known as firm allies, sharing commerce and culture alike. The Clockwork King is in its death throes when the power of the angel ripples through it, disrupting Razor's spell and turning their orderly shutdown into a devastating miniature world rend. Through a heroic sacrifice by the saboteurs, most of the population escapes. The survivors find that they have been gifted with extraordinary powers, but at the cost of disturbing the fabric of reality wherever they go. So they wander the sky realms as nomads, sometimes welcomed, sometimes spurned, carrying the new Cardova in their hearts and in the songs they pass down to their children. With Vela defeated, the chains that bound your mysterious benefactor shatter, freeing the entity at last. You never cross paths with it again.
Good.
The High Confessor spends the rest of her days in an Inquisition cell, where the last of her resolve drains away. And as for Vela, you could never detect her life force in the throb and pulse of reality. It seems that in the end, she did not have the will to embrace her own dream.
Why did the High Confessor get put in a cell? What's this bullcrap? Is it because I didn't finish that quest? Man, now we gotta beat the game again. Yeah, that or some flag remained. Yeah, 100%. I'm sure that that ending was based on your actions throughout the game. And that makes me really happy with the ending. Like, everybody's happy because I made the effort to make the world better. And, like, I feel like I made the right decision. Okay, so if we load, we're back here. That's the shortcut. This is where we came from, so we had to go this way. I want to see how far back we are, because if the game auto-saves. Yeah. Angel spawn is gone. Everybody's still dead. Because the game autosaves, I am wondering where... Like, at what point did it cut off? Oh, dude, there's a mirror here. It saved after I won. And we can mirror to go back here. So the ship's here. Everybody else is gone, you know, because they're dead. Is my ship still parked out here? The heck's my boat? Alright, so it's nice that they give you this. Like, you can just walk in and get the ending whenever you want to. Yeah, did we see the other two? We didn't actually see the other two die. Or at least I didn't find them. Okay, so, clearly, we have to go solve Skeleton Wife's quest. So she can have a happy ending. The heck do I get my boat? There it is. So we're gonna go kill the godlet. Literally the only quest. An old friend, so... That is the western forest of Hollowshire. Which is up here. Oh, it's up here, isn't it? Um, um, thanks, boat. So anyway, I'm here now, which is not where I wanted to be. Oh, my boat's here. This snail boat has killed me kind of an embarrassing number of times. This game is not without its bugs. In fact, the devs, when this game launched, it was very buggy. And the devs have actually been pretty hard at work debugging a lot of it. But one of the guides that I found on Steam actually suggested right from the get-go, back up your saves often, because this game is buggy. Okay, what if we go up here and we go, like, far enough in? Yeah, we've run into a couple bugs, but nothing, like, terrible. Mostly it's been, like, collision not loading. Mostly it's been collision not loading. Okay, killing the godlet. Killing it. I don't know, still looks pretty alive to me. I want to know how this changes the ending. Because, like, we've already seen the ending, and the High Confessor is not gonna have a good time. I would very much like to see an ending where the High Confessor is at least not completely miserable. I did it, I killed the thing. We did it. We did the quest. We now have no quests. Wait, why am I back here? That's not where the mirror was. No, the mirror was up there. That's the mirror to the Underlands. Hold up, I gotta get... Yeah, it was up here. Okay. Do you say anything different? Actually, acts pretty much the same. Just wanted to make sure. I don't know if they actually pay attention to, like, how many things you've done or said.
The angel
Okay.
beckons.
How does the ending
As you
change?
angle into its mind, your consciousness twists.
Does Bone Wife get a happy ending?
And bursts, spilling into the universe. You see it now, for the first time.
Or perhaps does it change the ending to make it worse?
Lines and verses thread themselves through every corner of existence. With a few twists of your tongue, you could change it all. And you do. Your words reverberate through reality. A few utterances reverse the finality of death and the frigid linearity of mortal existence. With another sentence, you bestow upon each person the smallest droplet of your newfound power. All across the sky realms, everyone, from the noble to the downtrodden, feels a surge of understanding beyond that of any cipher wizard. The long dead.
And that understanding, I feel, is very important, because that's not just, oh yeah, we gave everybody superpowers. That's an understanding of the world, of each other.
Basalt, Orla,
And I feel like that is a major key
watching
to
your
peace in the
ascendancy
future.
for something beyond godhood. And here, in the Oneric Isles, you seal yourself away in a womb of cipher. A city soon propagates around you, but you pay it no heed, intervening as little as possible. Paths stretch ahead, to places both sunlit and dark, and even your new vision cannot see which one humanity will choose. Jack Basalt retires from mercenary work, drifting through the sky realms in a rickety old boat. On occasion, he is seen in one port or another, beguiling children with swashbuckling stories that seem too outlandish to be true. Frost marries his lover Samel, and they raise their children with stories of skyfaring adventures on a quiet little island on the edge of the sky realms. The Duchess, her youth restored, begins a journey to find her daughter, which takes her to the Underlands. In a grove of newly blossoming trees, she sees that beaming smile at last. And the Emberian finally sets down her armor, allowing the burden of her ancestors to finally lift from her shoulders. Thanks to your help, the Apostatic Union is able to cling to power in Hallowshire.
Yeah, and like what factions did we ally ourselves
into
with?
this
The
new
Union,
reality.
mostly. So we get the
As
Union
the region
ending.
transforms into a surreal and shifting wonderland, the Union are able to temper its excesses.
And it's a good
while
ending
ensuring
for
a
that. Like, the
semblance of
Union,
order
yeah, they take
and
control, they
morality.
run things. But they also,
Though you
like,
try to
kind of
encourage
pulled back a
more
little.
egalitarian spread of power, the Union proves tenacious. And in neighbouring Pwyll, Llud, in time, comes to be the
And
town's
Llud
mayor,
is the guy who
and
was gonna
guides his
die to the
people through
mushroom.
this new
So we
age of
saved him.
wonders.
So he becomes town's
By
mayor.
calming the entombed one's rage, you ensure that the Queen of Silver can lead her people into this era
Yeah,
of
and we
possibility
also
and
allied
newfound
with the
hope. Sure enough, the inhabitants
the
of
Endless that
Realms soon
didn't
find
want
their
to, like,
skin
kill
more
everybody and
smooth,
eat people.
their throats a little less raspy. Some even notice saplings sprouting among the dead trees. Relations with Hallowshire improved dramatically, for the common folk of the Apostatic Union seem to harbour less prejudice against those with blood in their cheeks. In time, the newly titled Kingdom of Verdant and the neighbouring Union are known as firm allies, sharing commerce and culture alike. The Clockwork King is in its death throes when the power of the angel ripples through it, disrupting Razor's spell and turning their orderly shutdown.
And this is interesting because we did absolutely destroy the Clockwork King and kind of doom this whole place.
Through a heroic sacrifice by the saboteurs, most of the population escapes. The survivors find that they have been gifted with extraordinary powers, but at the cost of disturbing the fabric of reality wherever they go.
And it's still, like,
So they
kinda
wander
good
the
ending.
Skylands as nomads,
Some people die.
Sometimes welcomed, sometimes spurned, carrying the new Cardova in their hearts and in the songs they pass down to their children. With Vela defeated, the chains that bound your mysterious benefactor shatter, freeing the entity at last. You never cross paths with it again. The High Confessor spends the rest of her days in an Inquisition cell. where
Boo!
her resolve drains away.
Boo!
And as for Vela, you could never detect her life force in the throb and pulse of
Boo!
reality. It
Coffin
seemed
Wife still
that in
gets
the
bad
end,
end.
she
That's
did not have
bullcrap.
the will to embrace her own dream.
She should have come back out of the coffin. She should have turned back into, like, a person. I suppose part of what the ghost said is true, though, in that pretty much all the High Confessor all she really wanted was, like, all she had was stop Vela. So once you stopped Vela, she kind of just had nothing left. But I feel like that's where she very easily would have and could have had a new beginning. Unless that's just not what she wanted. Much like Vela just not wanting to be part of this, she just didn't want to. Well, that's sad. That's true, not everyone is ready for it. I think it's interesting that Vela chose not. After all, this is really what she wanted. Though I suppose that also lends itself to her being a bit selfish in that regard. She wanted her ending. She didn't want the world to be a better place. She didn't want the world's problems to be fixed. She wanted to be the one to fix it. And, like, if the world gets fixed and she's not the one to fix it, that's not even a world that she's wants to be a part of. This actually reminds me of the ending to Wander Song? Where, like, it was an all-around good ending. Everybody was happy. But you see the ending, and, like, the hero wasn't there. The hero didn't want to save the world. The hero wanted to be the one who saved the world. So if the world was saved and they weren't the one to do it, that's not a world that they wanted to be a part of. That's not a world that they were a part of. Because the only world that she was going to be a part of was the one that she saved. Well, this has genuinely been a very amazing game. I've really had a good time with this. I'm a bit excited to see something new, to try something else, so we'll see what we start playing next week. But this has been a lot of fun. And it's been a lot of fun, I think, because I haven't stressed too much about all of the decisions. It's been fun because, like, yes, this is a real horrible moral quandary, and I'm gonna feel bad about the bad things otherwise, but being able to just go like, nah man, you killed a god. Easy. And like, whatever repercussions there are just like, yeah, that happens. Had to kill the god. I think that made it a lot more enjoyable. Being able to make decisions without worry. Usually I'm not one for, like, roleplay in that regard, but I'm gonna have to consider that for the future. Not often that I play games that are like this, though, that would do something like that. Yeah, with the sole exception of the few hours we spent reverting that save. Admittedly, that is not a decision our character would have made. So we had to reverse time so we could make the decision that our character would have made. It's a god. You kill the god. Easy. Our boss told us to do it. Well, all said and done, I hope you all have had a good time. Yeah, not really big on bosses. I was thinking combat-wise, but... Nah, that boss was a good boss. Coffin Wife was a good boss. Or do you mean, like, combat bosses? At which point, yes. The game understood, absolutely, that combat is not its strongest suit. Complex combat for a boss fight is not its strongest suit. So just don't try to do something you can't. Instead, focus on what you can do. Make the amazing parts of the game amazing. Don't put in something you know that's going to be crappy when you know it's going to be crappy. And I think that's a good decision. Lean into what you're good at. Don't try to be something you're not. Well, all said and done, this has been an amazing experience. Thank you very much, everybody, for keeping me company through all of this. I'm going to get some sleep. Tomorrow, crossing my fingers, we can work on Chocobo and potentially finish it up. So good night, everybody. Get some rest.